Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be drawing this cute cartoon Nintendo Game Boy, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it with this step-by-step tutorial. So let's get started. Let's create our canvas by clicking on the plus icon here in the top right corner. We're going to click on the little black folders there. We're going to type in 3000 by 3000 and hit create. And there we go. Ready to go. So I've structured this tutorial for all levels. What you can do is download all of the things that you will need for this tutorial in the description below. There's a link. It's all free, although it's set up where you can donate $1 or $2. If you're enjoying these free tutorials and you want to support the channel, let me tell you, it's much appreciated. So the first thing what you can do is you can click on your wrench icon here. We're going to add, and we're going to insert a photo, and then click on the one with no grid lines on it. You don't have to resize it because the sketch is the same size as your canvas, so it's all ready to go. Now what you can do, if you're new to Procreate, you're new to drawing, click on the folders here, new layer. We're going to drag that under our sketch, and we're going to turn the opacity down on the sketch. And then you can just go ahead and draw. So whatever you like to do. So that's one way to do it, okay? Another way you can do it, we're going to turn the opacity back up on our sketch. Actually, we're going to get rid of it anyway, so it don't really matter. So delete that. I'm going to clear off this layer. Second way you can do it, if you have some experience with Procreate or you have some experience drawing, click on the wrench icon, canvas, and reference. Now we're going to load in an image here, and we're going to import an image, and then we're going to do the one with the grid lines. Okay, and that's going to set right over here for a reference, and make it a little bit longer and bigger so we can see the whole thing. All right, now if you want to put the grid lines that are here on this sketch over to your canvas, click on the wrench, click on Drawing Guide, click on Edit Drawing Guide, and then I have set the grid to be 187 pixels. So grid size right here, you can either do it with the slider here, but I find it a little bit easier just to click on the numbers and type in 187. Done. Done again on top. And now our grid lines are matching over here and over here. Okay, so I'm going to move this sketch over here to the edge so we can line these. It don't have to be perfect, but anyway, the lines are pretty much set now. Now I have given you some 4 brushes, so we're going to sketch this out first, and let's just follow along with the grid here. So it says we're going to use one whole square on top and one whole square on the bottom, and it looks like we're going to use about 3 on each side, so that's fine. Come over 3. 1, 2, 3, and then from the top here all the way down to the bottom. Hold your pen down. It's going to straighten your line out for you, and then you let go. Okay, and then the same thing over here. The whole Game Boy is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and the same thing over here from top all the way down to the bottom. Hold your pen down, straighten that out, then let's connect these. Okay, and then same up here. Okay, so we've got our basic shape of our Game Boy here. Now what we're going to do is, now we got this outside now. I can pretty much do what I need to do now just by counting the squares. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come down and let's make this top line here first. So that's 1 square wide, so we're just going to go all the way across. Hold your pencil down. There you go. And then we're going to come about right here, come down. There's that line right there. And then we're going to have this little oval. Hold your pen down. Straighten that out. We'll fix that later and make it look a little bit better. But if you want, you can hit ellipse here at top, and then we can edit it. Again, this is just our sketch. And then we have another line over here coming down about right there. All right, and we're going to fix those when we do our sketch, but those are going to be rounded here. The same thing on the bottom. But we'll worry about that a little bit later. Okay, so we've got that. Let's put our screen in here. So it's going to go about right here, and it's going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 squares. 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to come out the bottom just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about down to here. So about right there. And then same thing on this side. About down to there. And then we're going to connect the two. All right, that's good enough. Now our inside screen is going to be about here to here. We'll do the same thing over here. It's about 1 and a little bit more. About there. Okay, then we're going to connect these two. All right, and then our eyes. 1 right there, 1 right there. Straight line. Kind of like that. Some teeth. And then a mouth. Okay, that's good. We're going to have a little circle here. And a line under it. All right, it's looking good. Up here, we're going to do 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 little dots. 2, 3, 4, like that. And then some lines. About like that. Okay, it's good. Same thing down here. Like that. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay. And now let's do our little keypad here. So we're going to go down, over, about right there, down to the line, over, down. So about like that. And then there's going to be a circle in the middle. Okay. And then we're going to have a circle. What? Why didn't it not make a circle? Here, hold the pencil down. If you put your other finger on there, it'll make a perfect circle. And then we're going to have one up here. Same thing. That's good. And look like there's a dot here and a dot there. Okay, these are going to have some kind of ovals right here and a line under it. We're going to have another one about right there with a line under it, and one down here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines about like that. Okay, so there is our sketch. Let's get started on the inking process now. Create a new layer, drag it under the sketch, turn the opacity of the sketch down, and then we are ready to start inking. Okay, so we don't need our reference photo anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off by clicking on the wrench icon. Make sure we've got canvas highlighted and reference. We're just going to turn that off. It'll go away. Also, I don't think I need these grid lines here anymore. Maybe we'll leave them on just for reference. Should be fine. Okay, so we're going to do the Chamel monoline stream. I think about like that. So I've got that set at 66%. Okay, so let's get these lines now. I'm going to make the line a little bit down from where the curve starts, so we get this first straight part perfect, just like that. And then we'll go over here, same thing, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to do the top and the bottom just like that. So before the curve starts happening. So about right there, about like that. And then we're going to get this curve in here. So just hold your pen down. It will make a perfect curve. There we go. Open over here and over there. There we go. All right. Now, these lines here are kind of thick also, so I'm going to go ahead and do them now. Just hold your pen down so it'll be perfectly straight. All right, good enough. And I think that is all the really, really thick ones. So we're going to take the size down a little bit now to match these inside lines. So let's try 45. Yeah, I think that's good. We're going to leave it at 45. Okay, let's do these lines up here. So all the way across, hold your pen down. It'll straighten out. Same thing here. Okay, and then let's do this. I don't know, those might be a little bit thinner. I think I'm going to wait on that one right now. Let's do this outline of the screen here. It's going to be same size. Again, I'm going to go before the curve starts happening. About right there. And then vertical ones. Okay, and now let's get the curves in. I don't know if that one's not going to be good, right? I'm going to edit that art. Okay. And this inside screen looks like it's about the same. So actually this process is pretty much going to be just like this for the whole thing. Just making straight lines, holding your pen down so they straighten out, and then connecting the curves. Not too difficult. But I think you guys are going to be very pleased at the end because it's really, really cool looking. Especially after we put the highlights and everything in. Okay, let's see what else we can do for that thickness. How about these buttons here? Hold your pencil down. Click with your other finger. And then let go, and it makes a perfect circle. And I changed to white for some reason. One. There's one. Let's make this dot. We'll make that dot. Maybe this. Let's do the eyes. You can hold it down and make a perfect circle. Other finger. Make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to drag and drop that blue in there. Or the purple we're using. Same thing over there. Okay, let's put this mouth. Straight line. Hold the pen down, make a good curve. We got some teeth going across here. And a tongue. That's good. Okay, I think maybe this thumb controller is about the same size, so same thing, guys. All this one's going to be just straight lines. Okay, and now the rest of these lines are going to be just a little bit thinner, so we're going to take the size down to 35 maybe. Yep, 35 is good. So let's just do the rest of these now. Do that. We'll do the circle. All right, let's do these little marks. These are kind of thick. I probably could have used that thicker one. And I'm just going to color them in. little ovals. Okay, and this circle here, again, hold your pen down, resize it. That line there. Okay, and then this one. And, oh, we got these. Thought I was done. Okay, guys, we are finished with the inking process. So now let's get started with the coloring. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a new layer. We're going to drag it under our lines. And then you're going to click on the line layer. Click on it again, and we're going to set it to reference. So what that's going to do is when we drop the colors into layer 3 here, it's going to use layer 2 lines as a reference to where the colors will go. Okay, so let's drop in our colors. We're going to go this little light blue here. And most of these colors, what I've done is given you the base color, the shadow color, and the highlight color for each one. The ones that don't have it, they don't have one or the other. So the pinks do, the greens, the reds, the blues. The gray color has only a highlight, and the yellow also. Okay, so we're going to drop this blue in here, and it's going to go here. And what we can do is continue filling, and now all we got to do is tap. Okay, and that is all that's that color blue. Okay, next color we're going to do is this gray part, so the dark gray. Drop it into right there. And these two buttons here. Okay, and that is all of the gray. Next, let's do the screen. It's going to be this top green there. Got that all done. Okay, and the thumb controller there is this yellow. Drop that in there. And that circle in the middle there is going to be that purple we use for the outline. Okay, and the two buttons here are pink. Got that filled in. The bottom button here is going to be a darker blue, which is that one right there. Drop that in there. This little button here is going to be a red. Put that in there. And also we can do his tongue, red. Maybe the inside of his mouth, pink. And the teeth are going to be white. Top button here is going to be this, also the same darker color. That one right there. All right, and the teeth look white because the background's white, but they're not actually white. If you turn off the background, you can see. So we need to change to a white. I did not provide a white, but anyway. And our Game Boy is all colored in now. So now let's start on the shadows and highlights. So we're going to create a new layer on top of the color layer. And now we're done with the reference. I'm going to go ahead and turn that reference off. Okay, these are going to be our shadows. So let's do the shadows of the blue part of the Game Boy. And that's going to be this darker color of the blue. Okay, and our light seems to be coming in from the left side over here. So we're going to do a darker shade right over here. We're going to do this inker streamliner. And we're going to do a shadow from here all the way down, and then it's going to cut across right there. So just going to go ahead and fill that in. And then make sure this is straightened up where it's smooth curve. And that's pretty much it. It's going to be the gray shadow right there. We're going to have a gray shadow around these buttons. So it's going to go about like that. And then inside here too. and I don't want it on the button, so zoom in a little bit and let's make my eraser a little bit bigger. Gonna get rid of this inside part with my eraser tool. There we go. That's how I want it. Okay, and then around the thumb pad here is going to be a complete circle. So hold it down. I don't like how that made that little lump. We're going to undo that with 2 fingers. So a little hint to keep that from happening is just overlap it. Remember, we don't want it on the thumb pad itself, so I'm going to go in with my eraser again. We're going to take these gray parts out. Okay, that's good. All right, I think just a thin one around that button and a thin one around this one. Okay, and that's all of our shadows. So now let's put in our highlights. So we're going to start a new layer, and to rename it just to make sure I don't light. That way I'll know. And this is dark. That way I'll know which one is the shadows, which one's the highlights. So the highlights is going to go on the left side of it, like the shadows were on the right. This is going to be the lighter color of this blue. Okay, make sure we still have the same brush, the inker. And then we're going to do the same thing we did over here. But we're not going to cut that corner. We're going to do it pretty much even. So from here, just like that. That's it. That's all we're going to do. And then we're going to have a highlight in the gray part. So gray, this lighter color. Did I make a mistake? No? Okay. And we're going to do the same thing over here, but this one's going to go along the top. You can hold your pen down to make it straight. And this side also. And I'm going to connect them. Okay, just like that. And we're going to have a light on this side. Just like that. Okay, same thing with the outside of the screen. We're going to take that light blue again. Right there. And we're going to go along this side and the bottom. And oops. Okay, about like that. Okay, and then we're going to have a highlight on the yellow. So the lighter yellow color, which is right there. And we're going to have a highlight here and here. It's too fat. Make it a little bit smaller brush. Just a little hint of it. Just like that. And maybe over there. Okay, looks good. Same thing on the pink. Highlight color right there. I'm going to do that edge, and that edge, and then we're going to do a darker one. So go to the dark level, or the dark layer, hit the dark color, and we're going to just do it on the opposite side. Just like that. I'm going to turn off this sketch so it'll be more pretty. All right, and now the gray buttons here, we're going to do the light gray, and we're going to go along the tops of those. Right there, and right there. Okay, I keep finding new things. The light blue. Again, all right here. That's a little bit too thick for my taste. There we go. So right there, and then on all of these. Okay. Looking good? I think maybe right here. So we're still on that blue. So we're going to do it on the bottom here. Right there. And it looks like we have one along the top that I didn't catch. The light gray. We need some more here on the bottom. Okay, I think that is all the highlights. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put in some highlights on this green. So go to the green color. We're going to go to the really light green color. All right, we're going to make a thick one from here to here. And then another one from here to here. All right, now let's connect these so they'll make a complete shape. And the reason we do that is so now we can color drop that in like that. Okay, we're going to make another one here to there, maybe here, and then like that. Then let's go again. Sometimes when you touch it with your palm of your other hand, it undoes it. Now we can drop it in. Here we go. All right. I think that is going to do it. Change our background color to something that's a little bit cooler. Maybe that green right there. There you have it. A cartoon Game Boy. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all those cool things, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.